your body.
This is Ben Lucas, and welcome to my vlog. Alright, so this week is the WTF edition. So the first one I'm going to share with you is that in Tufts University in Boston, they actually passed a law that you can't have sex while your roommate is present. Show of hands, who's ever done that, or who would ever want to do that? If you just raise your hand, you're freaking crazy! Common sense tells you that if you're going to be doing that, kick your roommate out. You don't do it with them present, or you have the courtesy to, keep it in your pants because they're there. Like, what's wrong with you? Okay, my next WTF is that this week I had my comm professor say that we had to pick up a reading packet. Okay, that's not a problem. I had a history class where they said we needed to pick up a reading packet. Reading packet. Yeah. Not a big deal. I mean, it cost me like 10 or 15 bucks, and it was a bunch of study material. But no, this time, when my comm professor said there was a reading packet, it was a reading packet. This is not a packet! There's no packet about this! This thing is beastly! Do you not see this? 50 bucks and 700 pages. That is not a packet. That is a beastly mother... The entire time I was reading it, I was just sitting on my couch staring at my bookshelf, and I couldn't help but just add "in your pants" to the end of book titles, because that's how boring it was to get through the first 176 pages that I had to read this week. For example, there's Instant Norwegian in your pants. There's Fake an A in your pants. And finally, there's How to Win Friends and Influence People in your pants. Okay, so the entire time I was reading it, I just kept adding "in your pants" to the end of titles, because that's the only thing that made this readable. What's wrong with Cinderella in your pants? Breakfast can wait. The day's first stop is in your pants. And I think this song is about me in your pants. Okay, that reading packet is 700 pages long. That is not a reading packet. And let me tell you, before I'm done with this quarter, there will be many more in your pants jokes. That is the only thing that keeps me reading this stupid... Something I've noticed is that there is a fine line between being romantic and stalking. I think it has to do with how cute you are. If Brad Pitt were sitting naked in your bushes when you come home at night, you'd be like, "Oh, that's so romantic." But if I show up at your office with a dozen roses, you'd be like, "How'd you find out where I work?" Well, it'd been a lot easier if you given me your real name. My next WTF is that they've come up with a way to keep other people off your Wi-Fi network. Anti-Wi-Fi paint. It's filled with metal, so that way the radio waves can't get through, and your Wi-Fi network, when you set up a router in your house, stays inside your house. Okay, there's a few different ways that you can keep other people off your network. You can set up a password. Hey, that's a lot cheaper than redecorating your entire house with metal paint. Didn't people in China get arrested for that, for putting that same type of paint on kids' toys? Just saying. You know what else that means? This paint not only blocks Wi-Fi signals, but it also blocks cell phone signals. So theaters were thinking about painting the inside of their theaters, that way people couldn't get cell service. Okay, that I kind of agree with, because then you don't have the person texting and calling on the phone in the middle of the movie. But think about this. If you're going to paint your house so you can't use your cell phone inside your own house, what the... Okay, and my last WTF for the day is that I took a tour of the UW Medical Center. Okay, I just want to point out, first and foremost, I love the UW Medical Center. They do great work. But I was just taking a tour of their training lab, and do you want to see what I saw? Yeah, that's right. That's what I saw. A game of Operation. I'm not even kidding you on this one. It was sitting on the table, out, and it looks like it had been recently played. Okay, no offense to the UW Med Center, but now I think I'm officially scared and no longer want to do anything with you, because I'm a little bit scared that next you're going to try and remove my Adam's apple, or they'll be like, "Hey, that was pretty easy. Let's see if we can take out his heart." While funny, that should never be seen inside a medical center. That's like having a book called Brain Surgery for Dummies just lying on the coffee table as people wait for their surgery. And this is my WTF edition. So, until next time, life's short. Make fun of it.